Many years ago, I came across a few lines in a book that I connected with. They were, "It's easy to judge, but you never know another person's heart, what gives them strength and what breaks them down." I have learned to listen more and speak less. The result has been eye-opening conversations and inspirational moments that I have shared with you right here. Hello and welcome to another episode of Crystal One-on-One. I am Crystal and today we're at the very beautiful Le Chateau at Quality Hill Boutique Mall. With me today I have Pius Mayanja, well known as Pallaso, a very, very talented recording artist. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me, Crystal. I'm very happy to be here.
How
Same
are
way.
you?
I'm doing good, man. It's a busy day, but we're still hanging in there.
He was breaking down his day for me. There's like a lot happening.
Yeah.
And people don't really see that you're so busy.
Yeah, people don't know the art behind the creation. It's way too many things involved than what you see on TV. Yeah, or you hear on radio. There is so many things. It's an industry.
It's an industry. And you were saying actually that as an artist, you have to put in and put in and put in. It's like a gamble.
Yeah.
And then you wait for it to pay off.
It's like you betting. You invest your money in things that you don't even know will make your money back, you know. You like at the start of my career, I had to buy computers, I had to buy studio monitors, I had to buy recording cameras, I had to learn, invest my time. I would have been at the club, I would have been doing so many other things, but I invested my time in learning things that I wasn't even guaranteed I was gonna get my money back from, you know. I was lucky. Yeah, so people
You
don't
consider
know
yourself lucky?
I think I was
Of
lucky.
course you have the gift to begin with, but...
Yeah, I know. I know this is all DNA related. I know somewhere, somehow, there is some younger Mayanjas that probably share the same musical DNA. But I would never even advise them to join this type of industry, man.
No way.
Yeah,
Do you know you're not the first person to say that?
It's the reality, though.
You would not advise?
It's betting your money on this type of industry is just the same as the equivalent of going to the casino and hoping to win. You bet all your money and the odds of you winning or the chances is very low, you know. So it's the same thing, man. This is passion. You invest your whole life into it. You shed your skin and put your bones into everything you record and hoping, you know, you're betting on people's minds. You're hoping they like it. You're hoping you're doing the right thing. So many things. It's if you're in a country like we've had a chance for our kids to be born in different countries. You know, if you're in a country that has more opportunities than this country, I think it's better off to just target a different career, go to school, and have a better life. You know, school is not betting. School, you acquire the knowledge and the skill, and you just have to find the job.
True, but then, like you said, you have to have the passion, and sometimes the passion is what pushes you.
Exactly.
Even though it's like you're blind, you don't know where you're going exactly.
Right, but again, passion could push you to the wrong direction, you know. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, direction is more important than speed, because you could be going so fast, moving in the wrong direction. So passion will drive you at a very high speed to the wrong direction. If it's not meant for you, if you're not as lucky as I am, or as Eddie Kenzo, or as Chameleon, you never know, man. This country got a lot of artists, and you only know just a few, because the others have just not been as lucky, man. But that doesn't mean they're not spending as I'm spending, or investing as I'm investing, or not as passionate as I'm passionate, you know. Then their time has not yet come. They're not lucky, or it will never come. And there is artists that come out of the blue, from nowhere, and they are lucky instantly. So it's the same as the casino. You could be in the casino all night losing, and somebody walks onto the same machine and wins instantly. That's music for you.
It is a gamble. It is a gamble.
It is.
My goodness. You were also saying that sometimes you do a music video or record a song and you forget about it. And then 6 months later, this song that you didn't even take seriously suddenly blows up. Have you seen that with one of your songs?
I'll give you an example. My song Destroy, the rap song, did better than a song like I'm Coming featuring Weasel. I did better than Namutima. But those songs had big budget videos. You know what I mean? I spent over 30 million shillings on each one of them videos. But
That is not pocket change.
No, definitely. Sometimes you're spending all your life savings betting on something that's not gonna that's not guaranteed to get your money back. And then a song like Destroy, the recording session was free. A friend of mine called me up, was like, yo, I just opened up a studio, Eddie D, by the way, big up Eddie D. He called me up, he's like, yo, you need to come check it out. I went there and we just gambled with a beat. I was like, yo, I can rap, didn't you know it? Like, let's do something like that. We recorded the song, we released the song, and instantly the song gains momentum, you know. And we, even the video was almost free. Because the guy was like, just give me 500,000 shillings, man. I'm picturing this song should have a ghetto video. We should just go easy on it. We should portray the ghetto image and the ghetto people. And it cost me 500,000 shillings, and that was a hit. And two songs that cost me 30 million each did not get the same traction as it got. So that's the wrong business, you know. So somebody could come. Put it this way. Right now everybody is talking about Fresh Kid's daddy, Fresh Daddy. What has he invested? What has he done? Just because he's Fresh Kid's daddy, you know. But there is a lot of musicians that have invested all their lives and dedicated all their energy into just hoping they can get to the fame he's already gained right now.
I know, just by being Fresh Kid's dad.
Yeah, it's the wrong business.
It's a gamble, my God.
Yeah, it's never guaranteed. Anything not guaranteed is not worth the risk.
Wow. You know, when you say that, you sound like very negative almost, when you say it's not worth it. There's so many people who have the dream.
That's me not being selfish. That's me.
Being honest.
Yes, being honest with you. I mean, I've been lucky. I've traveled the world. I've seen things, I've seen beautiful girls, I've seen beautiful cars, I've seen beautiful hotels, I've worn beautiful clothes, I've made some money. But what if I look at it now, you know, and I look at it and looking at everything back and all the risks I've taken, and I'm like, what if I wasn't this lucky? I would have been a total failure in my life with only one single mistake. You know, so I wouldn't advise it is not good business when the chances of winning is about 2%. It's not worth it, man. I mean, if you win, you win. You could win and never look back. But is it worth trading your life for it? You better have a second career, man. You better have backup. Nobody has a plan A that ever worked. You gotta have plan A, plan B, and plan C, and plan D. You remember back in school, we used to say, the teacher used to ask you, hold on. If I ask you something right now, back in school, maybe kindergarten or primary school, if a teacher asks you, Krista, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, I wanted to be a gymnast.
Are you a gymnast?
Nope.
Exactly, plan A failed. You're probably on plan E now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted to be a pilot. Then I figured I can't be a pilot. I'm like, okay, I'll be a lawyer. All those failed. Those were plans that failed. So you gotta have backup plans, man.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for the honesty.
Yeah,
because
music
a lot
is
of
the
people
wrong
see
business.
you or see whatever recording artist who's successful. They see the success, and it's very hard for them to realize that getting to that point was an uphill task.
Buju Banton said they see the glamour and the glitter, so they think it's a bed of roses. Plus, music, with the digital social media generation right now, it's a make-believe industry. It's the type of industry you gotta act like you're already there to get there. You know what I'm saying? Once you become an artist, you've lost half of your privileges of life. Like, I can't just get up right now and go get a border.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna judge me. I can't speak my mind out. I can't I can't express myself the way I would love to express myself. I mean, I do personally, but there is people that can't do that because your life is under a big magnifying glass.
You have to be careful.
You have to be very careful. So everybody wants to see the good side of it. People post food on Snapchat that they're not even eating. People download pictures of food just to post it on Snapchat
so they have something
to maintain the standard.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man,
you're right.
the people that see it from the it's not what you see from the outside. What is on the inside is way different.
But you know, some people might think that maybe you had an advantage because, number one, coming from a family with a musical background, and then a brother was successful, and
almost definitely, man. The advantage is the same thing that's like saying you have an advantage because God created you, which is very true, because in order to win, you gotta be willing to start. So I have an advantage for having had a brother that was part of my creation. The recording studio was in place. That was in 2002 when we had a recording studio. Before recording studios were even were even properly introduced to Uganda, because that wasn't even a recording studio. It was something that could record voices and music, and we made something out of it.
Okay.
So yeah, but the biggest advantage growing up around him is it's very expensive to learn from your own mistakes. And some of the mistakes that would have cost me a fortune, I've learned from him. I've walked behind him through his footsteps, and I've seen things he's done wrong. You just can't figure it all out, but I've seen so much that I've learned not to do through him.
Yeah.
Being around him growing up, he had a lot of musician friends that I learned so many things from them. I had a close eye, I had a keen eye on them. I learned how to perform on stage, how to write music, what should I tell the people, I remember back in the day, 2003, I was only about 11 or 10. I don't remember exactly, but we went to a show and I was a current raiser, and I got on stage and I was like, the people were not so happy to see me because nobody knew my music, nobody cared. They wanted to see the big heads,
Yeah.
And I was frustrated being on stage performing for an audience that's just looking at me like it's a movie, I called them out. I was like, wait, chingatem chakala, money minambo. Like, where did you partying? Are you dead bodies, And then people looked at me, they didn't respond. Then when when I came backstage, I found Mad Tiger. He was a big star then. I was like, yo, how did it go? He's like, it went good. Only you have to communicate with the fans and make them feel good. You can't call people dead bodies. But that was me being young. I was around 10, 11,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he
and
clicked
you had
in.
expectations.
Yes, and when he went on stage, he was performing for them, and he's like, okay, does anybody want to request a song? And one little girl came up. She's like, yeah, but before I request the song, please tell those artists to stop calling us dead bodies. Nobody is a dead body here. So, I said it out of frustration and ignorance.
Yeah. Immaturity.
Yeah, immaturity, I would say. But hearing it from Mad Tiger and from the fans, so there is so many mistakes I could have done, but being around the right people that were doing music, I grew up around their mistakes and blending it in well.
Yeah.
That's the Pallaso you see today, It
is a gamble.
Yeah,
it is a gamble. You're just navigating your way through. So tell me, you said like first time on stage. That was your first time when you were like 10, 11. Was it your first time?
No.
Like in front of a big...
performing, living alone, all these school performances. My first performance was the little club. It got closed. It used to be in Kawempe called Club Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, the MC was like, they had advertised, I don't remember, was it Raggedy or Red Banton? And he didn't come on time. And the people were so bored. So the MC was like, yo, is there anybody that would want to do something for us right now? So I'm in my little feelings thinking about it. I'm like, how does it even work? How do I do it? And I was like, me. He's like, come on. So I came to the stage and I was already there now. There was no looking back. I got on, I requested for a song, Tanto Mentro and Devonte. How does it go? I would really like to know your girls or your baby girl. So I was miming that song and people loved it. And they gave me Bamfua, they gave me some free money on stage. As a little kid, I was like, wow, this really pays. I really need to get into this. That was my first time on stage. I never looked back. I just started looking for shows, writing music, performing.
You said that, well, apart from school, like clearly school also was another thing. So in school you were like very active?
Yeah, every school I went to, the first thing I made sure I acquired was the entertainment prefect position. I would take that quick.
Okay.
And I started organizing shows at school. I had radio, I had Weasel, I had Mr. X, I had Tikita, the whole Leon Island. This is before they became famous. But they had single songs that hadn't blown up yet, and I used to bring them to my school and make the students pay.
All right.
So I would organize a sound system. The school had a little sound system. So I would just get a little bit from the outside, add it to it, get a bigger sound system, call up Chaga. He wears up everybody, put the ticket up on 5K. My school had a good amount of students. We had about 2,000. Target about 1,000. Get the money in, pay off radio, pay off Weasel, pay off Chaga.
Which schools were these?
St. Augustine's College, one of them. So many, I did it in every school, but that's one of them.
When you say every school, how many schools are we talking about?
Man, I went to so many schools. I never settled in one school. I always was moving to a different school.
Why?
I went to happy hours. Different reasons. I went to happy hours nursery school, happy hours primary school. That's the only time I was stable. I went to Mango SS. And Mango was a day school, and going to school I had to go through so many things. Swimming pools, so many goodies, and sometimes I couldn't make it to school because I got stuck on the way with all these beautiful things. So I failed my senior one.
Okay.
They didn't promote me.
Okay, at Mango.
Imagine after getting 6 aggregates on primary 7, you absolutely one of the smartest people in the country, but you go to a school and you get demoted. You don't get promoted to the next class. Something is different. Yeah, I wasn't going to school. So my parents came to school. They told them, yo, just promote him. He's a good student. Let's give it another shot. They promoted me to S2, and I did the same thing. And this time they demoted me and told me, we're not giving you another chance unless you repeat in the class. I told my dad, if I'm repeating the class, we change the school so I can go on with the class. Because the first term in that boarding school, I was the 10th student in class. In just one term. But damn, so again he started beating the crap out of me, and I lost interest, man. And one day I just got tired of it. I went back home to get school fees. My dad gave me school fees, and I went and paid another school.
Okay.
So my dad's like, I was like, I'm in a different school now. He was very angry because he chose the other school for me.
Yeah.
I went to that school and paid my school fees. But again, it was a school I wanted. It was in the center of the city. But I gave it all I had because I knew how much disappointment I had brought my dad for paying for another school that was not even on the country standards. It was just a party school. But with the foundation I had gotten from Kasao SS, I went to Kasao, that's the boarding school.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one I left.
Okay.
So with the foundation. I was the only student that got a first grade at senior 4.
Wow.
So my dad was so happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so school sounded like a busy time.
Then I went
There
to-
was life and school at the same time. Then you went to?
Life was always calling. You in boarding school and then you hear, oh man, the street jam is next week. And you're like, damn, how did I end up in this trap? Like you remember Mango, all you had to do is go to class and you had the weekends to yourself. Now you got your whole entire week dedicated to nothing but books. And you got Mr. Muyanga knocking the brakes out of you. So I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, all I had to do is go to school in Mango and I would have been part of all those opportunities, you know. So I always ended up escaping from school. But usually what I did is, after I organized those shows, pay off everybody, keep some money, give AK some money, because I always was in school with AK, give him some money.
Yeah.
I used to have a student that used to make noise for me at school. He used to bring the noise. If we bring in a show, he's the one walking around. Yo, you ain't gotta miss this. Yo, this is the shit.
You had a hype man?
Yeah, I had a hype man. He used to run around with the noise. So I used to cut him off as well, you know, like pay him out. And then I would hold the rest of my money, put it in my socks, and become very sick. And then they'll give me a pass out, and I'm out to go spend, go balling. Yeah.
You were balling at such a young age.
Man, can you believe my first show? I made $3 million from school after paying off everybody. From school.
What?